Alright, so today we survived 200 days in the jungle. So many of you guys have been begging me to do this, so here it is. So some things that we did in the last 100 days was we got full protection for diamond armor, and then we turned it into netherite. I made an infinite food source, and we defeated the ender dragon. Now in these 200 days, I want to accomplish a couple goals. I want mending on all pieces of my armor. I want to have built a mob farm, beat the wither, and defeat the ender dragon again. Also, literally less than 1% of you guys are actually subscribed to the channel. So if you do enjoy 100 days content, make sure to subscribe because I'm going to be posting a lot more of these. And if this video hits 5,000 likes, I'll try and survive to 300 days. Anyways, enjoy the video. On day 101, we going on a mission. Made myself a couple of shulker boxes and we finna get some food. This whole day was pretty much a preparation day. I needed this for XP anyways because literally I was at level like 20 something. I don't remember. And I was not having it. On days 102, 103, and 104, we went crazy. Bro, I couldn't tell you how long I was mining. But as I said before, this whole goal of the trip was to pretty much get as many resources as possible without wasting a whole lot of time because, you know, we are on a tight schedule. And on the way I found a dungeon and luckily there was a zombie spawner inside. This was nuts. Of course the loot is always going to be garbage in dungeons, but on the bright side I have a potential XP farm. On day 105 I got everything done and I wanted to go home. I put all the stuff I got for the mining trip in my furnaces. I spent the rest of the day pretty much enchanting and getting some basic stuff done. I didn't really get anything good, so I just kept it on pushing. On days 106 and 107 I decided to decorate the base a little bit. It was kind of looking bad, especially the nether portal area was just looking horrible, like Jesus Christ. Then I started finishing the final part of the melon farm because I was going to build a sugarcane farm right on top of that and I needed it to be completely done. I also went ahead and got a crap ton of sand for not only glass but also the sugarcane farm because sugarcane actually grows faster on sand. Don't ask me how, but it does. And when I got home, I took out all the stuff that I smelted from the previous mining trip and you know, we got to get that fat XP. On day 108, I was just mining stone that entire day. I needed all this stone for an upcoming build and we needed a lot of it. On day 109, 110, and 111, a lot of things went down. First, I wanted an extra netherite pickaxe because, you know, I know my current one is pretty OP in itself, but I wanted an extra one specifically for quartz mining because we are going to go to the nether soon and I want something that would last long but at the same time wouldn't drain my XP every single time I mine. And then after I was done with my business, I went to the nether. I spent 2 full days quartz mining that entire time. And while I was looking for quartz, I was also looking for ancient debris so we can fix our armor because it's literally like almost broken. Hopefully this is the last time I have to fix my armor because fixing netherite armor is insanely expensive. Like Jesus Christ, I wish I had mending because this is annoying, dude. Like it was easier when I had diamond armor because all I had to do was just go mining for a little bit and I was good. But netherite armor, oh no, that's a whole different ball game now. By the time I got out of the nether, I had 18 ancient debris and I was around level 40. Bruh, I went crazy. On day 112, I started cooking everything that I had. And since the entire comment section was bullying me about the grindstone thing, I finally made one. Like, bro, I was getting crucified for that. Like, you guys gotta cut me some slack. I used to play Minecraft 1.8, which is a pretty old version of the game, and we did not have that, alright? Like, chill. The next thing that I wanted to do was get a fresh pair of enchanted diamond leggings because I wanted to see if I could get at least one good enchant out of this. And man, did I look out. I got prot 4 unbreaking 3, which means finally all of my armor pieces have unbreaking 3. Let's freaking go. I immediately turned that into netherite because we was not having it just that time and you got me messed up. Then I started making a fresh set of netherite to fix my current netherite set, and because I had a whole lot of levels anyways, I decided to enchant another efficiency 4 unbreaking 3 diamond pickaxe specifically just for quartz mining because I don't want to use my mending one. And it took me a lot of tries to get me a good pickaxe, but good thing I had the grindstone here. Man, this just makes things so much easier. Why didn't I just use this before? I don't know what I was thinking. And then finally I started repairing the rest of my armor pieces. It was mad expensive, but it was hella worth it because I am not re-enchanting. You got me chopped. On day 113, I started making the sugarcane farm. This needed to be done no matter what. I was just not gonna stop until this was done. My plan for the sugarcane farm was to have at least 3 to 4 layers layers, and the entire purpose of this farm is to make books and firework rockets. I think the hardest part of making this farm was literally looking for the sugarcane. It was taking me way too long. Like, I had to fly a little bit just to find some. It was just ridiculous. I spent days 114, 115, and 116 getting resources because I was not feeling like running around all day. And then with the stone I got, I made some stone bricks and started doing the frame for the sugarcane farm. And you know, also starting the second layer because why not? It was a lot of work, but at least I started this because I was just not having it. I'm not really too sure why I did this glowstone glass pattern, but it looks sick, so I just kept it. And then the last thing I did was fill in the roof with glass. And now everything was finally done with the base, at least for now. On days 117 and 118, I spent in the nether getting resources, specifically glowstone, because I needed it for both of the farms. And I also did some quartz mining. Guys, come on, I was already here. It was hard not to. On day 119, I got out of the nether and started enchanting. I didn't really get anything good, man. I spent all that mining for no reason. But you know what? Your boy gotta keep on pushing, forget it. On day 120, I finished the last part of the sugarcane farm. And it was just that glowstone bit and the top bit. And that was it, bro. I spent day 121 getting a lot of sand because we're going to be turning all of it into glass. I needed the glass anyways because I was going to be making an all-purpose mob grinder, and we needed as many resources as possible for that because that's literally going to drain the crap out of everything. I spent days 122 and 123 looking for wither skeleton skulls. It took forever to get them, even with the looting 3 sword. Like, it took so long. And the worst part about it is that they would barely even spawn, so I would have to wait like 5 or so minutes each time I killed them because they just wouldn't spawn. After all that struggling, I finally got what I needed. Like, it was just taking so long, man. Jesus Christ. Ain't no way I'm doing this again. I might have to, but ain't no way I'm doing this again. What the heck? On day 124, I did some enchanting like usual, but this time, after I got a really bad enchant, a good one popped up, which was punch 2, and I needed that so badly on my bow. You guys don't even know. So later that day, I went back to the nether anyways because I had to go get soul sand and also did some quartz mining. And while I was looking for spots to mine, I accidentally mined into a treasure bastion. I don't know. It just happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what happened myself. Man, this had so much gold. I don't even understand why there was so much gold here. But this makes things so much easier because I needed the gold for apples so we can eventually cure zombie villagers. And then I found the chest room and there was some good stuff in here. I found some netherite scraps. That was pretty much it that was good in there. I also took the magma cream because I was gonna need that for fire resistance potions at some point. I don't know when I was gonna use it, but I was definitely gonna use it soon. And then days 125 and 126 I spent quartz mining, and by the time I was done, we was at level 45, dude. I don't know what I was doing. Like, that's just insane. And after all of that, we finally made it out of the nether. Jesus Christ. On day 127, I got the punch 2 book, and then with the rest of the levels, I started to enchant some normal books. I literally had to use the grindstone at least 5 or so times. Like, it just sucks. But on the bright side, I finally completed my bow. I have every single enchant needed, and that's pretty much it. On days 128 through 132 was pretty much the start of my biggest project ever. I think I spent all this time just getting resources for this design, but we're building the all-purpose mob farm, and we needed a lot of stuff to build it with. Luckily, I had all the building materials needed because I did all of that extra mining earlier, and it just saved so much time because this would have took at least 20 to 30 days to get everything. It was insane. On days 133 to 142, the build has finally started. By this point, I already finished the collection system, and now we are working on the water platform. Now, originally, I wasn't going to be doing this out of stone brick because it would just cost too much and it would just take way too much time. But I wanted this to look somewhat nice, so I just went with it anyways. So far, I like the way this is already turning out, and we only did the bottom bit. We still have a lot of work to do, so this is going to be a very, very long couple of days. I think the hard part out of all of this was building the cobblestone platforms for the mobs to spawn. This was the most annoying thing. Each layer I would have to do a diamond shaped cobblestone platform with a dispenser in the middle, and then I had to go up 2 blocks and repeat the same process every single time 10 times. This whole process in itself used at least a full, I think it used a full shulker of cobblestone just for those platforms. It was so annoying. It took a very long time, but I finally got it done. The next step is to build this platform covering the entire grinder. This is gonna cause some mobs to spawn down there, but it should be fine. Now by this point, after we're done with this platform, that's pretty much it. All I have to do is build the clock, add all the water, and that's it. Now all we have to do is build the redstone clock and add all the water. The last part of this entire thing is building the AFK spot. I could have just done a single spot, but I wanted this to look good, so yeah, I'm doing all this extra. It was nighttime by the time I finished, so when I placed down all the ladders, I just sat up there just to see how much loot I would get in the morning. And my god, it was a lot. This grinder literally solved all my problems. I don't even have to search in caves anymore for monsters. Like, this is insane. On days 143 through 145, I spent quartz mining again, but this time it was for something important. I wanted to enchant a fishing rod and I needed a lot of levels for it. Then I ran into another bastion. Like, what is going on, bro? The crazy thing is that this one was bigger. I think this is the good one. Now in the chest there was a lot of good stuff inside. There was soul speed 3 in there. Like, that's a treasure enchant. That's one of the most rarest enchants. And then the rest of it was just some gold and a lot of iron. Then the only thing that I found good in this next chest was just some netherite scraps, and that's it. And then I found the massive pocket of gold. You know, we finna steal this. On day 146, I got out of the nether and enchanted my fishing rod, and Jesus Christ, was this good. I literally got the best enchant in the game, and I already had fishing related enchant books in my chest, so I didn't even have to do anything. I merged all the books that I had available, and we finally got the best fishing rod in the game without even trying. I went to try out the fishing rod for a little bit, and my god, it was already broken. Like, I literally got a flame and mending bow. On day 147, I did the same exact thing, and we got bamboo sticks. Now this was insane for a couple of reasons. When I created the world, I forgot to add bamboo sticks, so getting this from fishing is just actually huge. So on day 148, I was preparing to go to the end. My elytra was almost broken, and I was way too lazy to find zombie villagers, so I decided to do it the easy way. On day 149 through 153, we went on the mission. It took me a minute to find the portal room because, you know, it's been a pretty long time, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know I missed this chest when I first came here, but it had so many apples in it. I don't know why I didn't take them. But now it's time to hop right in. And so I spend the rest of the days raiding end cities. Like, this is factions or something. Like, what am I doing, dude? Now, I wasn't just taking the elytras, I was taking the gear too, because I was just gonna disenchant anything that I got terrible, you know, for free XP. And then if I got something good like mending, because you can find a lot of mending gear in end cities, I would just keep it and merge it onto my current gear. Now, in total, I think I raided like 6 to 7 end cities, dude. I was just going crazy. And not only did I just get a crap ton of elytras, I got a lot of emeralds, and I mean a lot of emeralds, and that's really good because emeralds are impossible to find in my world. Now hopefully this solves my elytra problem, but oh my god, that took a long time. On the end of day 153, I made my way out because I got everything done, and I finally made it home. On day 154, I found a bunch of remaining netherite scraps in my chest, and I even had an extra netherite ingot just laying around. I put the ancient debris in the furnace from the last bastion that I raided, and I waited. By the end of that trip, I had 3 pieces of mending gear. Yeah, I went freaking crazy. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough netherite, so I just did my chest plate first, and here it is. Prop 4, thorns 2, unbreaking 3, and mending. The next thing I did was my leggings, and finally the best part about this entire thing is that I finally got a silk touch pickaxe. We also got that from the end cities. On day 155, it's farming time, boys. Didn't think y'all would hear that again. This entire day is literally just me farming because I'm going back to the nether soon and I needed more food. On day 156 and 157, I went on an ancient debris mission because I needed a lot of it. I also spent this time looking for some quartz as well. You know, you gotta get those levels up, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my bag ready. On day 158, I smelted all the ancient debris I got, and in total I made 2 pieces of netherite. Then I started disenchanting the stuff that I got from the end city because we had a lot and most of it was pretty garbage anyways, so it was just free XP for me. And after hours of grinding and hours of just getting XP, we finally got mending on our netherite boots. Now one last thing that we had to do was fix our helmet, so I got myself a netherite helmet, grinded some bad gear for XP levels, and finally after 20 days I repaired all my gear again. And now for the moment that pretty much everybody has been waiting for, we're gonna defeat the Wither on days 159 through 164. The first thing I needed was melon so I can turn into glistering melon so I can make health potions, and as you can see I made some already. Then I went to the nether to get some gas tier so I can make regen potions. A lot of you guys might think this is overkill, but I'm just trying to prepare because I don't know how much the wither is gonna do. But anyways, I got the gas tier that I needed and I made my way out of the nether. The next thing I did is make some golden apples, and then I started my first batch of potions. The first couple of things I made were regen potions and strength potions, and then I got some redstone and some glowstone to make them better. After 15 minutes of just brewing potions, we finally have our full loadout and we're ready to defeat the wither. I went underground and dug a very long straight line. This was going to be used as a pathway for the wither, and now all I had to do was summon the wither. When I first did this, it was so intense. I thought I was actually going to die, but then a little bit later I found out it was actually kind of easy. I stood back a bit because the wither explodes when you summon it. So first phase is pretty much simple. I just shoot my bow at it like usual. I was not going to take the chance on fighting it directly, at least for this first half. And as you can see, I'm doing a crap ton of damage. Like, this bow is just so broken, man. It's insane. Now the final phase was really easy because I had strength with the sharpness 5 netherite sword. So you guys already know this is going to go down in a couple of hits. And that's pretty much it. The wither fight is literally way easier than the ender dragon fight. Like, what the heck? I did not need all those potions and stuff. After I was done, I went home and took a good night's sleep. I spent day 165 getting mats for the beacon. I already had glass, so all I needed was obsidian, and I was getting a lot of it because I wasn't just making this for the beacon. I was actually going to be making a direct pathway to the end portal because I was way too lazy to keep flying there. And for those who don't know, traveling 1 block in the nether is 8 blocks in the overworld. So yeah, it's definitely way faster. It took me forever to mine all that obsidian, but when I got home, I started crafting the beacon. And there it is. After grinding for a couple of days, we finally have our first beacon. On day 166, I went to the stronghold and built a very quick portal to the nether. And oh man, this is going to be saving me so much time when I go back to the end. I spent day 167 fishing all day. I didn't even do anything. I was just, you know what, let me just chill for a bit. And crazy thing is, I didn't even get anything good, so I just wasted this whole day. On day 168, I realized the only way I was ever going to be getting villagers is if I cured one. This was a challenge in itself because I had to get a lot of stuff to do this. The first thing I needed was weakness potions, which pretty much required fermented spider eyes, which I had to craft from normal spider eyes, and mushrooms, and sugar, and I needed golden apples. But that wasn't the hard part. The hard part was getting them to spawn. In Minecraft Java Edition, there is a 5% chance of a zombie villager spawning, and in a jungle, that goes down to like 1% because there's just leaves everywhere. But a challenge is a challenge, you feel me? But anyways, we got our first ingredient, which is spider eyes, so the only thing left is sugar and mushrooms. On day 169, I went to the nether to get some mushrooms since I already have sugar, and I was just on my way. I for sure knew that eventually we would finally get librarians, so we get mending on everything. When I got home, I crafted the fermented spider eye, then I threw it in the brewer and made our first weakness potions. And then I realized I needed to use some gunpowder to make it splash, and yeah, that's pretty much it. All we had to do was wait. I went outside and found some weirdos outside my house, so I just slapped them around with my netherite, so you know, you gotta give them that work. And then I spent the night of day 169 just flying around looking for zombie villagers because I couldn't really find anything else to do. Do you guys see what I mean when I said they are literally impossible to find? I was not gassing. On day 170, I pretty much spent the whole day doing the same exact thing, fishing in the morning and then looking for zombie villagers at night. Except the only difference is that I actually found one. I didn't even see it at first because I was fighting other mobs. I had to be careful because I had thorns on, so the only solution I came up with was to lure them inside my house and block them up inside fences. But first I had to cure him, so I threw my weakness potion at him and I gave him a golden apple, and all I had to do was wait. I locked him up inside with obsidian. I don't know why I used obsidian, but on the morning of day 171 we cured the villager, and as soon as I revived him, a raid started. I thought it was impossible because there's no villages in my world, but I think the game thought my base was a village because I revived a villager. It's really confusing. I don't know what happened. If someone could explain in the comment section why a raid even happened, let me know. But days 171 through 174 was the raid because they kept hiding in random spots because of the way my base is set up. Some of them were spawning underneath my base, some of them were spawning in caves, and some of them were spawning outside. The raid was actually pretty easy until the sorcerers came. Oh my god. They brung witches and stuff, and I was not about to get poisoned and crap. I was just not about that. I'm good. Other than that, this wave was pretty easy. I think the hardest part about this entire raid was them hiding in random spots. I don't know why I did this, man. Man, I'm so glad I put fence gates up instead of doors because they probably would have destroyed the doors. But they really redo playing in that waterfall though. I was getting so many totems of undying in this. It was awesome because I didn't even have to use my shield anymore. The final wave was literally the toughest one. I had to deal with sorcerers on rhinos. This was just not fun for me. Once again, proving that the bow is the best weapon in the game. Literally, I did not even have to move from that spot while I was taking down this rhino. After fighting 3 whole days against this raid, we finally defeated it. Like, Jesus. I still had to kill the remaining pillagers though, which wasn't that hard. I spent day 175 completely wasting my time in upgrading this villager. I didn't realize at the time that you could literally just mine the station and just change the enchants that the villager gives you. So now I have a completely maxed out villager that I can't do nothing with. So I put my clown boots on and spent days 176, 177, and 178 looking for another zombie villager. It was way better than I knew now than later. I finally found another one and did the same thing I did last time. I threw a weakness potion, gave it a golden apple, and blocked him off once again. When the villager was cured, I tried breaking and placing the lectern repeatedly to see if we can get a mending villager. After 20 or so attempts, we finally got the mending villager, and I got the craziest deal because he was literally selling them for 1 emerald. Bro, I was so happy when I got this because I spent the last 20 days slaving away just to get this villager, man. I am just, woo. The first thing I did was add mending to my elytra, and then I did the final piece of my netherite armor, my helmet. And that's it, full mending armor. On days 180, 181, 182, 183, and 184, I spent preparing for the ender dragon fight again. Now, I needed a couple of things to be done first. I needed to repair all my armor by quartz mining, and then I had to repair my bow because it was almost broken. So I spent half of those days quartz mining. I didn't need that many levels, so it was a really quick couple of days. And then when I got home, it only took 9 levels to repair the bow, so I was good. Now the next thing I needed was end crystals. Now in order to make end crystals, you need glass, ender eyes, and gas tears, and a lot of them too, and you need 4 of these. So I got my looting 3 sword and I just started hitting them in mid-air. Them gas made me feel like I was Superman or something, you know what I'm saying? It took a little bit, but we were done, and all I needed to do was craft the end crystals. The whole point of these end crystals is to resummon the dragon. You need 4 of them, and you just need to place them in a diamond shaped pattern, and that's pretty much it. Day 185 was the day. My loadout was complete, and I made my way to the end. Alrighty, it's showtime, boys. I'm not gonna lie, I felt really confident this time. I had a totem of undying, I had an elytra. Dude, I was just stacked. There is no way I was dying. But here it is, resummoning of the ender dragon. This animation is literally the coolest thing. It's actually cooler than the first animation. Like, come on, bro. This should have been the first ender dragon fight. Let me just be real. So the plan is pretty simple. Do the same strategy we did last time. Take out the towers first, and use strength potions to deal an insane amount of damage. And alright, he's here, boy. Let's do this. Alright, time to take out these first couple of towers here. My aiming got a lot better, and I mean a lot better. Like, this is just insane how accurate my shots are now. I used to be so terrible, like, oh my god. By this point, we are like halfway done with the towers. Even though I had my elytra, if I messed up once, it was pretty much over. Take another shot at this tower real quick, and bam. Things got a little bit hectic, so I took the high ground, and it made things a lot easier because I was getting the rest of the big crystals. This fight so far has just been way too easy. This isn't even a challenge at this point. After I got rid of this crystal, there was only 1 more left, and that's it. Now all I had to do was wait for the dragon to come down, and I could just swing my sword at it. Now it's time for me to snap this dragon's neck because it's a wrap for this dude. Like, Jesus, I am just doing so much damage. Like, this is insane. The potions really paid off because I took absolutely no damage from this dragon. And same with the fire resistance. I think the fire resistance on my part was overkill, but it made things a whole lot easier. All right, time to hit this dragon one more time. Is this the final blow? Are we gonna defeat this dragon? Come on, come on, come on. And oh my god, I just got launched. But one final shot did the trick, and we finally defeated the ender dragon again. Woo, what a crazy day. Ain't nobody stopping Bawble, bruh. I was actually a little bit upset because it didn't even drop that much XP as I wanted to, but I still got the achievement, so it's whatever. When I got home, I spent days 186 through 194 farming, mining, building, and renovating the base. It started looking plain, and a lot of people in my comment section were like, oh, this looks so plain, add some wood, add some this, add this, and I was like, chill. So now I have a whole section just dedicated to that. It might not look the best because, as I said, I am not the best builder, but I did like the wood theme a lot, and it really started to make my base shine a little bit. So far, it do be looking cute though. The next thing I did was do this outside bit. It didn't really look too good as I thought, doing it outside rather than inside, but I'm probably gonna end up fixing it during destroying the 300 days, the next thing I wanted to do was my room. Now, what I didn't say in the last couple of days is that I took the dragon egg and I wanted a place to put it, and I thought the perfect place to put my dragon egg would be in my own room. Yes, I dug out the spot for the dragon egg and just placed it right behind my bed. Now, the last thing that I wanted to build was a storage room. I desperately needed one because I was so sick of clearing my inventory in chests that were already full, and I would have to make more chests in random rooms that don't need chests. So I was like, you know what, let me just make a storage room. The room started looking so nice and it hasn't even been finished yet. I think the toughest part about getting all these chests was getting all the wood. Like, I needed so much wood just for these chests, man. Like, I really hope these junk chests don't fill up. And that was it. I finished off the room just like that. On days 195 to 200, I had to do a couple of errands. The first one was to get the dragon head because I forgot to grab one when I was raiding all those end cities. So I spent like 5 or so minutes just looking for another one because I forgot to save the coordinates to all the end cities I raided because I'm stupid, until I found a completely fresh end city that I didn't find yet. I got the dragon head and stole the elytra. I took the loot from the end city chest because, you know, why not? It's free loot. And then I found a gateway and made my way out of the end. The rest of the days were pretty much chill. I placed my dragon head. I started building the third wheat farm layer. I tilled the dirt for a little bit. I did some last minute glass work on the roof. And then on the final day, on day 200, I started getting supplies for the upcoming enderman farm. I used this string to make wool to make carpet, and then I needed leaves, so I just got some from outside my base and just started cutting the trees. And that's pretty much it. And that is going to be it for 200 days in the jungle. I know this took a long time, and I know I said I was going to get it out like 2 weeks ago, but that just didn't happen. I was just so busy. I'm literally working on 300 days as we speak, and it should be out soon. I don't know when, but it's coming out soon. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.